Rita, thank you. Hello, good evening. Welcome to a late edition of Look North tonight. Residents demand action over the waste fire in South Yorkshire that's now been burning for more than 2 months. Hello, thank you for watching. First tonight, 9 weeks ago, a waste fire started at an industrial estate near Rotherham. Tonight, it's still smouldering and people living near Kiverton Park say it's having a big impact on their health. A meeting has been held this evening to discuss residents' concerns. Our reporter Abby Giola was there.
For more than 2 months now, residents living close to Kiverton Park Industrial Estate say they've been plagued by smoke and fumes from an ongoing fire of a huge pile of waste. Now, they've held a meeting tonight to call for more action to tackle that fire, and they're worried about the impact on their health.
There's near on 100 people here who have voiced concerns over the weeks. We're now into the 9th week of this fire, and we've got no answers as to when this fire is going to be extinguished. We've got no answers yet about who's responsible for this fire, and we've got no answers yet about whether or not the fumes that we're smelling, which means we're inhaling, are safe.
Alexander Stafford is the local MP, and he's been working with the residents.
The council, the environment are not here tonight. This meeting has been in the diary for over a month now. All the parties were invited and they refused to come and meet the residents in person. I do not think that's good enough.
The landowner Alfie Best of Wildcrest Parks says he's as concerned as anyone about this fire, and he's been talking to residents and the Environment Agency to try and get some action taken. The Environment Agency held a drop-in session locally yesterday. They say they are dealing with this fire as a priority.
We really understand that this is having a big impact on the local community, and we really appreciate the community bearing with us while we deal with this. It is taking a while and it will take quite a bit more time to deal with. It's a complicated fire. We're having challenges actually extinguishing the fire, and that is our priority at the moment, to put this fire out and stop the smoke impacting on the local community.
People living close to the fire want to see action quickly, and they say they won't stop fighting until the fire is out. Abby Giola, BBC Look North, Kiverton.
Also tonight, a West Yorkshire council has overspent on its budget by £34 million due to inflation and rising energy costs. Kirklees Council says it spent £12 million more than expected to heat and light council buildings, schools and leisure centres. The authority will now have to dip into its reserve funding. Meanwhile, Rotherham Council has warned it faces an overspend of £18 million for the current financial year. Police say they arrested 18 people on suspicion of violent disorder after a series of incidents on Bonfire Night in Halifax.
That group there!
An investigation is now on the way into what happened in the Park Ward area of Halifax. Officers have released this footage where there were reports of criminal damage and large groups of young people setting off fireworks nearby. On the same night, a 17-year-old boy died after he was found injured in a garden. Around 60 firefighters have been working to contain a large fire in Bradford. They were called to a single-storey building on Buck Street at around 3:30. The building was fully alight and a heavy goods vehicle inside the premises was also on fire. There are no reports of any injuries. Now, communities across our region have been marking Armistice Day at the 11th hour of the 11th month. 2-minute silence was observed to remember those who've lost their lives in war. Kathy Killick reports.
The stormers die one by one, how soon they fly on and on.
It's become a heartfelt tradition for Bolsterstone Male Voice Choir to sing in remembrance of villagers who've lost their lives in conflict. Today it was a song from Les Miserables as the choir gathered round the village cenotaph.
It's been part of the choir's history, really, to come along and sing. And the guys with us today have all sung here for many, many years in the past. A lot of us have got memories of the people who passed as well, so it makes it a special occasion.
There are only 84 residents in Bolsterstone, so the silence being this well attended was poignant. In the cities too, people gathered to pay their respects. This was the scene in Leeds. And at Conisbrough, thousands of poppies recycled from bottles carpet the castle slopes, all made by Leon Clemetshaw and his mum Kimberly. Drax Power Station paid this tribute to the fallen. And in Selby, the younger generation have been marking the moment in their way too. Hundreds of poppies have been laser cut for a display at Selby High School. They're helping to raise money for the restoration of the Yorkshire Trench in Ypres.
The Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit.
Simple church services have also been held, reminding us all of what is lost in war and the need to work for peace. Cathy Killick, BBC Look North, Bolsterstone.
Well, it's been another mild November day. How are things shaping up for the weekend? Here's Keely Donovan.
Hello there, good evening. It does look like the next couple of days will be very similar to today. A lot of cloud in the forecast, but it will be mild and we'll lose the breeze as we head through the weekend too. So it looks relatively settled for Saturday and Sunday, and then on Monday the Atlantic takes over. A cold front is going to cool things down, so temperatures falling away next week. Through this evening and overnight, there could be some patchy rain and drizzle across the Dales, but generally it looks dry with variable clouds, some clear spells, some mist and fog developing later, and temperatures falling back to 9 or 10 degrees. So a bit of a grey start in places with a lot of cloud through tomorrow, but the cloud will thin as the day wears on, and it should be a largely dry day as well. Not as windy as today, and temperatures very similar, reaching around 16 degrees, which is 61 Fahrenheit. Into Sunday, a grey start to the day with mist and fog once again. This will lift through the morning. It'll gradually thin as we head through the afternoon. So some brightness developing on Sunday. It will be mild once again. Outbreaks of rain on Monday and Tuesday and cooling down.
Thank you, Keely, and thank you for staying up to watch. That's as far as we go for now. From all of us on the Late Team, enjoy the rest of the evening and do sleep well. Good night.